Kovic with the Hernando Post. We have Chuck Bryant. Chuck, you do something interesting. You travel around the state or the country doing a gospel show. Is that correct?
That's correct. We own 9 different radio stations throughout the U.S. We have one here in Clearwater, Florida. We have one in McAllister, Oklahoma. We have another one in Dallas, Texas. We have 2 in Tennessee and 1 in Portsmouth, Ohio.
What is the radio stations and what are the call letters?
The call letters are WOTG Radio, Digital Broadcasting, KBAF, Digital Broadcasting, KOTG, Digital Broadcasting, WORB, Digital Broadcasting. We have See the Vision 2918 and Camp Meeting Radio.
Now, we're here at we're here at Podfest Multimedia Expo in Florida, Orlando. Now, why are you here? You already have a radio show. You're doing all this stuff already. What are the benefits of learning the podcast side of the business of what is a transition from radio to podcasting, I'm assuming?
Well, you know, we get a lot of podcasters that come over, ministers and different type of people that want shows. So I came here to learn how to probably do a lot better interviews than I've done in the past, because I do a lot of interviews with gospel artists, ministers, people that write books and stuff like that. That's the reason I came here, to learn a little bit more about that.
Now, what about, are you guys actually managing the people who are your listeners and developing those relationships with your audience? Have you learned any of that stuff, or are you already using it?
We're already using it. We do a lot of interfeed with Facebook, like doing Facebook Live. We know who our listeners are. We talk with them. We send emails out to them. We do email blasts.
Now, at the Podfest, there were almost 100 different speakers presenting in various capacities, whether it was a panel, whether it was just them speaking about a specific topic, or their experiences that they've created in podcasting. Is there anyone in particular that you've actually learned something or a nugget from, or just overall, some of the things you're already doing have been strengthened or fortified of that you're doing the right thing?
You.
Wow, I didn't see that one coming, because I did do I was part of one of the panels. So tell me a little bit about.
The reason I liked you so much is because you did a panel back in November that went out through Facebook and everything. I remember that, when you had the whole entire people there in front of you and you were the only one to cover it. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that's correct. Now, are we talking about one of the political events that took place? Because the Hernando Post does political content, meaning in order to make sure that we are seeing and learning who our representatives' wannabes are and who they are currently, when the election cycle was in play, we covered all of the panels and forums that took place for us to get acquainted with all of the political characters who are running for office. So that's, you enjoyed that?
Yeah, and see, the thing is being hometown radio is what I'm trying to create with the gospel radio stations, where you used to be able to go out to the hometown and Southern gospel and country gospel and contemporary gospel, where you used to be able to go out and the preacher go out and preach. Well, that's what we're trying to bring back. Like with you, you're going out and bringing the hometown media back to that. That's what we're trying to do with internet radio.
Well, that is correct. The Hernando Post is primarily, positive business and community news. If it bleeds, it doesn't lead. We don't even publish it. There are plenty of outlets that you can get murder and mayhem from, so we don't need to be in that space. So that's why it is a little bit different when our team shows up to a place. It's, hey, how are you doing? What's going on? Listen, we have a better seat for you up front. When you show up to some place and it's the bleed lead media, guess what? It's like, oh my God, what happened? Who died? Who got killed?
Yeah.
Is there an ambulance burning someplace? That's what's happening with, they've gone away from reporting news and just chasing mayhem.
I totally agree. We like to know what's going on in our home community, care less about what's going on in D.C., what's going on in the Capitol. Where we live at in a local area, that's what we need to know about.
That is correct. People love it. People eat it up. They enjoy watching themselves, being a part of the events that they participated. When functions take place, local county, activities are taking place. People want to see themselves participating and have, their friends so they can share. Hey, you haven't been here. You should have been here. That kind of thing. And we don't get that from the bigger media companies because they're so focused on national issues.
Oh yeah, and it's totally true. It's like some of the podcasts or some of the videos that you see on Facebook where cops will actually stop and help ducks across the road. That's good entertainment. Or they'll help get somebody that's stuck in a drain or something like that, or they took an alligator out of a place. That's the type of home news that we like, and that's what I like to see.
Is there anything that your organization, your podcasts, and your forums, is there anything that you're doing that we missed here at PodFest?
Well, I learned a lot just by being here, doing the right type of interviews and stuff. There's a lot of things I'm doing wrong that I would like to learn how to make more money in a quicker time in doing that I haven't been doing. So that's the reason I wanted to come out.
Now, were you able to pick up any of those kind of gold nuggets from some of the presenters?
Sure. And yours was one of them because, again, I'm going back to you because you're local. You're exactly where we're at.
Well, thank you, Chuck. I appreciate you taking the time. Is there a website or phone number for your organization that people can... All right.
You can go out to WOTGradio.com. Our phone number's out there, or you can go to Talk, T-A-L-K, radio.com. Both are in Clearwater, Tennessee, or Clearwater, Florida, not Clearwater, Tennessee.
And is there a phone number in case somebody has any good ideas or wants to connect and support your organization?
They can call me on my cell phone, 727-470-8184.
Chuck Bryant, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us here at the Hernando Post. It's been a pleasure.
You too, sir. Thank you so much.